Hey, hello everyone. This is WHM Brick Bros back with another video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to improve your Mandalorian starship. Or Bo-Katan starship, or whatever you want to call it. So let's get started. First thing we're going to be improving today is going to be these stud shooters. We're going to just tear those off and replace those. Second of all, I don't actually have the pieces on here, the original feet. I don't have the original feet on here, but I'm going to add a better foot that like folds down and folds up right here. And then, so I don't have those original feet, which are just these here in the instruction, or just those, and they go right there and there, if you're wondering. And it just makes it tilt down. It's way more tilted down right now, but you know, it's gonna make it stand up. And then, lastly, we're gonna improve this ginormous gap. It just makes no sense. That I hate. I did this with the Boba Fett starship. I can't stand any gap in the Lego starship. Just makes zero sense. So we're gonna improve that. The only cost of that improvement is that we're gonna lose one spot for minifigs. So there will only be able to fit one minifig. So if you don't like that, you don't have to do it. But I'm going to do it because that is what's necessary to get rid of the gap. And I think it's fine. So first of all, I'm going to show you what pieces we need. Alright, so number one, we're going to take two dark gray 1x2s. You could use a 2x4. Oh, sorry, 1x4s, not 1x2s. Then we're gonna take four of these 1x1s. Right there. Then you're gonna get one of these black clip pieces that just goes like that. You can use any other color, it doesn't matter too much, but I mean gray would be the best. Two flat sixers, light bluish gray or light gray. One of these like bars kind of pieces, and then a clip that will clip right into that. You could use a different piece where it has two clips and then it's a bar that goes all the way across, but I don't have that right now. So I'm going to use these two, and then I'm going to use this black tour brick. And then I'm going to use two of these light gray flat pieces. And then one of these 1x2s flat. Then you're going to use this black 2x4, or 2x2, sorry. And then one of these little connectors, and then the opposite one of those. And then lastly, you're gonna need a 2x2 with one dot or stud, and then a light gray tour. Then, alright, so after you've got all those pieces, we're going to make the first easy fix to your Mandalorian starfighter. First of all, we're going to just get rid of the stud shooter. Pop those off. You're going to get rid of those. Alright, then you're going to take both of your, so you want to keep these pieces down here. You're going to take both of your 1x3 flat pieces and just stick them on right here and right on both sides, right there. And then you're just going to pop this guy back on and pop this guy back on. And you can use other pieces for that. I just thought that was probably the easiest fix. And yeah, maybe it's not the cleanest, so you could get another one of those and just kind of clean that up. But I think it looks fine, all in all. Alright, so next we're going to get that foot out of the way. So first, we're going to remove, I might have to get my brick remover. Yeah. I'm going to remove this guy. Can I see? Just pry it all the way off. But then you're going to keep that and just put it on one ahead. So then after that, you're able to take this guy and stick it right there, and then take both your thin 4s and put one on either side. Like I said earlier, you could use a 2x4 dark gray piece. I just think, and light gray might look fine. So then you're gonna go underneath these wings, and on either side, they've actually got 2 of these pieces. Well, you're gonna just pop off one, and I like to pop off the one that's not at the edge, so the one behind it, and it doesn't mess up stability or anything, doesn't mess up the look. I mean, maybe it does, but those pieces are going to be necessary for this. And then, also, I am just, later on, this will not matter, but I am going to pop off this one. Can I see? Pop off this, alright, 1x2 flat piece inside, and then you're going to take the other one from your collection. So that, and then just put that piece back in. That will be, if you could find another one from your collection, I just thought least amount of pieces you use that are not from the set, the better. And if that's only if you want, you could also take it from up here. You could really do anything with that, but you just need another one of those 1x2s. And then you're going to take all these pieces right here. This guy. Put both of your ones that you took from the wings, these guys. Put underneath. Put both of those flat 1x2s. And there you go. You've got a pretty nice foot. And you can either, I have it like that, where the curved pieces are up here. But you can also have it like that, and it honestly doesn't matter. But then it folds down whichever way you choose, and it rotates around. And you can also use like clip pieces if you want, like what we're gonna do later with these guys. But this is what I had on hand, so this worked, and I like that it's able to be. But then you just have a much cleaner look, and realizing that the engines weren't anything that mattered. Like, engines actually were holding it up. And the pieces that were right here weren't really doing much. I just removed those completely, and I'm actually using them in another mock, so that's why I wasn't able to show you them. But so next we're gonna get rid of this gap. So that gap that just a lot of people can't stand, and a lot of people just don't understand. Just remove the cockpit roof just to start, the windshield. It just makes it easier. Then you're going to pop off this guy here, and this one right here, and take off both of these pieces. You won't need those. Then you're gonna take, oh no, that's my tour, sorry. 2 of these guys. I'll put them in right there. And you're gonna take 2 more of those oneers and put them in right behind. So what we're doing here is we're leaving a spot for the minifig to sit right here, but they cannot sit here. So, and the reason for that is because now we're going to put on these 2 flat sixers here, and that's actually just going to clean it up a lot. But it doesn't make sense to have the control panel way up there if your minifig can't sit there. So, we're going to move that control panel up and put in a little compartment where you can store their blasters, their guns, or their... So you're just going to take this entire thing off, pop this off, and remove this entire console like that. And instead put in this guy right here. Pop that in, and you have no difference in color or anything. It's just that that sticks out, and you're going to be able to attach a little door piece here later. Next, you're going to pop this piece right here onto that black tour. Take your 2x2 and put one of the flat light gray plate pieces on. And then that goes under there. Just cover that up a little. Put this guy on the other side. And pop that console right in there. And you've got a nice little space for your minifig. And last step is to just build a little door. Take this guy. Pop it on underneath there. Put your tour underneath. And then take this guy, which is just going to act as a handle. Help get that door out. Clip it right on there. This thing will move, so that can mess up the way. But really, and it really can kind of go all the way. You could, no, you couldn't actually, sorry. So that's just going to go in there, and you just kind of got to fiddle with it. And if there's something in there, it won't. Right now, I like to just put her hair in. But you can also put blasters or whatever. And then, as you can see, a minifig with a backpack or jetpack can fit in there. Nice and snug. It just doesn't fit multiple minifigs. And in that case, it just makes the whole maneuverability, or all the look so much better. And see, there is no more gap. You do start to get a slight gap right there, but it's so minimal. And if you try to mess with that, you just end up with the minifig not even fitting, and the minifig having to be tilted all the way back if they're sitting way up here. And so that compartment is pretty useful. You can put their blasters in and no problem. It can get a little tight, and sometimes the hair won't fit with their blasters, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it still fits in most situations. So I'm gonna just pop it. And things will get stuck, so yeah, you can put the blasters in as seen, and just close it up. And so that's about it. With all the improvements today, there was the foot, and then the stud shooters, which maybe doesn't look the best. And you could mess around with that. That's a pretty easy fix. And then that little compartment up front, which I really like. It's handy. There's a place to put their blasters. And then also, I might later, at some point, just add cannons here, because there are cannons there, and that's where I'd like to put the stud shooters. But for now, I think it looks good. And that foot folding up is really nice, because it just fits right in here. And so that's about it for today's video. So when you turn it. Alright, so this is WHM Brick Bros, and thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like this video. See you next time.